Thank you so much for joining us on the on-demand SASE sessions. What we'll be covering in this series is different vendor perspective or different sellers perspective on SASE. These are guys who've been in front of customers, who've been selling SASE and bringing the transformations that was promised when SASE was launched. So we look at the SASE's journey. We'll look at what has happened in the last 5, 6 years. We'll look at what customers have gained, and we'll also look at what's next for SASE. Today, I have one of our MVPs joining us. He's been my MVP for SASE for a very long time. It's Nilesh. He's one of the leaders in Cisco for SASE's go-to-market. Thank you so much for joining us, Nilesh.
Hey, Kunal, thank you for having me, and it's a pleasure being here.
Awesome. So, Nilesh, let's just do a super quick intro from your side and then just walk me through what you've seen in the last 5, 7 years in SASE in terms of the entire SASE journey, right from 2019 when Gartner announced it and where we are in 2025 today.
Yeah, so it's been an incredible journey over the last nearly half a decade. And when you think about when SASE, the term, as you mentioned, by Gartner was coined back in 2019, a lot has changed since then. And even prior to that, we were delivering some other services from things like DNS security. When I look at it from the security lens perspective, things like SWG, Secure Web Gateway, which was obviously doing the SSL decryption inspection, cloud delivered firewall, CASB, DLP, ZTNA, tons of different capability from a security perspective. And there's been a huge convergence in all of that, as well as when you think about it from a networking perspective, the NetOps, like the MPLS journey to SD-WAN. And so this whole journey of around SASE was convergence of all of these capabilities, including all of those security capabilities and those networking capabilities, into a single converged platform to deliver simplicity and outcomes for our customers effectively. And so again, we'll talk about some of those benefits, as you mentioned, in part of that as well.
Awesome. So tell me something, Nilesh, in the last 5 to 7 years, we've sold SASE and we've seen these customer transformation. What stands out for you for customers adopting SASE? What have they gained from an operational to a business perspective?
So I really see this as like four sort of key areas. And the first one is really what Gartner sort of initially defined as a huge benefit, and it was the convergence of our NetOps and SecOps team. And when you think about it, traditionally, these have been very distinctive siloed teams. And so converging the tool sets together really sort of gave them an opportunity to work closer together effectively and share knowledge and making sure to have a unified strategy as part of that. Now, that's worked really well in some organizations and some verticals, and then obviously some more larger, more complex environments, probably not so well. But it's actually really sort of helped them start talking to each other, which has been great. We've also secondly seen simplified operations as we sort of converge all of these different tool sets from being siloed separate tools. It's really simplified operations for our SecOps and NetOps operators, as well as lowering our day two costs, our operational costs effectively. The other key aspect of this is obviously we've improved security by unifying the policy, so we have no gaps in policy. Whether I'm working from home or I'm working in the coffee shop or I'm back in the office, I have a unified policy across this, so my policy follows me. And then lastly, event correlation, right? It's not if something happens in my environment, it's when something happens from a cyber risk perspective. And so being able to actually correlate all of that information from a single platform, how it happened, what happened, where did it sort of span within my environment, has really paid dividends in organizations for their recovery time as part of all of that.
Makes sense. And I couldn't agree more with you, like the convergence and the change from, unified dashboards to NetSecOps operations to ZTA, hybrid ZTA, etc. I think customers are definitely gaining from the SASE transformation. Now, tell me or talk me through what do you see and where do you see SASE going with, AI coming into the mix. Everybody's investing into AI. We see enterprise, operations going AI ready, businesses implementing AI, agentic AI coming in. So much data is flowing. Where do you see SASE in this mix, and what's next for SASE?
Yeah, so I think SASE has a huge part to play in this, and I really see this as two parts. One is AI for security, and then the other one is security for AI. And when you think about AI for security, it's like, how do we leverage AI tool sets and AI algorithms in order to, one, improve our security efficacy, so we can use AI models to sort of predict how traffic should flow and what it should look like and what a user's behavior should be within an environment, as well as building tool sets like AI assistants within our tools to be able to build a policy or to be able to investigate what's happening within our tool sets. That's one side of that. And then the other element of it is security for AI. Like, how do we secure AI workloads and the usage of AI within our organizations? And again, this is a huge board level topic that we hear from our customers. I want to be able to control the different tool sets that are being used by my employees, like what data is going into there, what data is coming out of these different tool sets. So be able to see and control what's happening with AI, and obviously having guardrails around that is again another huge importance for the next couple of years, and how that's developing as part of all of that.
Makes sense, Nilesh, and that's very helpful, to be honest. And I totally agree with you, Nilesh. Hey, look, net, I really appreciate all the time and all the inputs over here, Nilesh, and all your knowledge and intelligence across this. Guys, we will continue to do this SASE series with different sellers from different perspectives, from different vendor landscape on what customers are gaining, where SASE is going, etc. Thank you so much, Nilesh, for joining us. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you so much for having me.